The climate crisis could fuel further pandemics. As the Earth's climate continues to warm, scientists predict that wild animals will be forced to shift their habitats. They will likely migrate into regions with large human populations, drastically increasing the risk of zoonotic viruses being transmitted to humans. This could lead to another pandemic. In their work, the scientists conducted the first comprehensive assessment of how climate change will affect the global set of mammalian viruses. The analysis focuses on the migrations that species will undertake as they travel to different regions of the world in search of new habitats. Because these migrations represent the first encounters between different species, scientists predict that thousands of viruses could be passed on to each other. New research conducted by an international team of scientists led by scientists from Georgetown University on the link between climate change and virus transmission has been published in the journal Nature. According to the authors, animal migrations create greater opportunities for viruses like Ebola and coronaviruses to emerge in new areas. This makes them more difficult to track and facilitates the virus's transition to humans. Similar threats are associated with the wildlife trade, says the study's lead author, Dr. Colin Carlson, Assistant Professor at the Center for Global Health Science and Security at Georgetown University Medical Center. Collecting animals outside their natural habitat creates opportunities for disease development. This was similar to what happened with SARS, which spread from bats to civets and then from civets to humans. However, the wildlife trade itself is no longer unique. In the era of climate change, such processes will occur in nature almost everywhere, explains Carlson. Worryingly, animal habitats will shift into areas occupied by human settlements, creating new hotspots where threats could spread. Many of these processes may already be occurring in the world today, and efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions may not prevent their development and interdependence. Another important finding is the impact that rising temperatures will have on bats, which are responsible for most of the transmission of new viruses to humans. Their ability to fly allows them to travel long distances and carry the largest number of pathogens. The greatest threat is predicted for Southeast Asia, known for its bat diversity. At every stage, the simulations surprised us. We spent years double-checking the results, using new data and assumptions. Yet the models always led us to these conclusions. It's a truly astonishing example of how accurately we can predict the future if we try, Carlson says. Viruses are beginning to jump between species at an unprecedented rate. The impact on conservation and human health could be staggering. This mechanism provides another clue as to how climate change is increasing threats to human and animal health, says study co-author Dr. Gregory Albee of the Department of Biology at Georgetown University College of Arts and Sciences. It's not known exactly how these new viruses might affect the species they infect. However, it's likely that many of them will pose new threats to wildlife conservation and contribute to the emergence of new disease outbreaks in humans, Albee emphasizes. Research suggests that climate change will become the biggest risk factor for the emergence of new diseases. According to the researchers, animal migration poses a greater threat than more established issues such as deforestation, the wildlife trade, and industrial agriculture. The authors argue that the solution lies in combining wildlife disease surveillance with real-time studies of environmental changes. When the Brazilian fruit bat reaches the Appalachians, we need to find out what viruses are accompanying it, Carlson says. Trying to detect these migrations in real time is the only way to prevent the spread of new viruses and a possible pandemic, he explains. The COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the earlier spread of SARS, Ebola, and Zika, demonstrate the dramatic impacts that viruses can have when they jump from animals to humans. To predict how this happens, we need to understand how pathogens spread among animals, says Sam Shiner, Program Director at the U.S. National Science Foundation, NSF, which funded the research. This research demonstrates how animal movements and interactions caused by climate warming can increase the number of viruses transmitted between species, explains Shiner. Scientists have adapted stomach cells to produce insulin. Stem cells derived from human stomach tissue can be reprogrammed into insulin-secreting cells similar to those in the pancreas, known as beta cells. Scientists have shown in experiments that transplanting small groups of these cells reverse diabetes symptoms in mice. Insulin is a hormone that regulates blood glucose levels. Without it, blood glucose levels become too high, leading to diabetes and its numerous complications. High glucose levels are caused by a malfunction of the beta cells in the pancreas, which produce insulin. In type 1 diabetes, beta cells are destroyed by the immune system. As a result, the ability to produce insulin is lost. In type 2 diabetes, tissue sensitivity to insulin is reduced. This causes the body to demand increased insulin production, which exceeds the capacity of the beta cells. As a result, beta cells do not function properly, and insulin levels in the body decrease, although insulin is still produced. Type 2 diabetes is the most common form of diabetes. In a study published in Nature Cell Biology, scientists from Weill Cornell Medicine in the US have shown that human stomach stem cells can be directly transformed into cells similar to pancreatic beta cells with strikingly high efficiency. Scientists have successfully harvested stomach stem cells and modified them to produce insulin in response to elevated blood sugar levels. Normally, insulin secretion is handled by the beta cells of the pancreas. However, in people with diabetes, these cells are either damaged or die completely, which, of course, impacts the body's overall health. Interestingly, at the embryonic stage, cells from both the pancreas and stomach are adjacent, so certain possibilities were to be expected. Moreover, the stomach has its own cells capable of secreting hormones. Hence the idea to study stomach cells to find a potential therapy for diabetes. Furthermore, by collecting these cells from a diabetic, the risk of rejection of the resulting structures could be eliminated. While this all sounds promising in theory, for years scientists have been unable to reprogram stomach stem cells to secrete insulin in response to rising blood sugar levels. They achieved this by activating 3 proteins responsible for gene expression. In further studies, the cells began to demonstrate glucose sensitivity, confirming that the researchers were on the right track. But does this solution actually work? The researchers decided to test this by implanting the modified cells into rodents suffering from a mouse model of diabetes. Above all, they functioned remarkably stably throughout the entire observation period. And most importantly, they were able to not only halt the progression of diabetes, but also reverse its effects. It's probably undeniable that this could represent a huge opportunity for diabetics. However, several challenges will still need to be addressed. First and foremost, the researchers emphasize the fact that there are significant differences between human and mouse stomach tissues that must be taken into account. Furthermore, it will be necessary to ensure that the new insulin-secreting tissues themselves become more resistant to immune system attacks. This is a proof-of-concept study and gives us a solid foundation to work on therapies for type 1 and type 2 diabetes based on patients' own cells, said study co-author Dr. Joe Ju of Cornell Medicine. AlphaStar's artificial intelligence defeated 99.8% of players in StarCraft 2. The artificial intelligence known as AlphaStar, created by Google-affiliated company DeepMind, outperformed 99.8% of human players in the real-time strategy game StarCraft 2. AlphaStar advanced to the rank of Grandmaster, placing it among the very top players. In recent years, machine learning experts have demonstrated that AI algorithms can dominate games that represent more traditional tests of human skill. Duels between algorithms and masters of their disciplines in various logic and strategy games have been ongoing for years. It began with the defeat of chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1997. Top poker players have also failed to cope with AI. Masters of Go have also fallen. Now, another frontier is being broken. AI has found itself among the elite players of StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is a hugely popular real-time strategy game set in a science fiction world. Players manage resources, build infrastructure, and amass massive armies to defeat their opponents. Players must balance short-term and long-term gains. Professionals play at breakneck speeds, performing over 300 actions per minute. A description of the research on AlphaStar was published in the journal Nature. The machine learning techniques underpinning DeepMind's AI rely on artificial neural networks that learn to recognize patterns from large datasets rather than being given specific instructions. Using AI to create a sequence of complex predictions could be useful in real-world applications, such as climate modeling or autonomous driving. Ever since computers cracked Go, chess, and poker, StarCraft has emerged as the next great challenge. The game's complexity is significantly greater than chess, because players control hundreds of units. The game is also more complex than Go, because there are 1,026 possible choices for each move. Furthermore, players have less information about their opponents than in poker, said David Silver of DeepMind, co-founder of AlphaStar. AlphaStar's first clashes with professional StarCraft players took place in December 2018. In a series of test matches in the lab, the algorithms defeated two top-tier players. However, this demonstration wasn't a fair fight. The algorithms possessed superhuman speed and precision, and they also had full map visibility. Before the research team released AlphaStar from the lab onto the European StarCraft 2 servers, they limited the AI's reflexes to human levels to make the games more fair. They also leveled the playing field by removing AlphaStar's map view. In July, players received a notification that they could consent to a potential battle with the AI. To To extract reliable data from the experiment, DeepMind scientists masked AlphaStar's identity. In StarCraft 2, players can compete as one of 3 races, each with distinct characteristics. DeepMind created 3 versions of AlphaStar, each specializing in one of these races. The algorithms were trained on recordings of nearly 1 million games played by human players. The 3 versions then played each other and other AIs, which acted as sparring partners. Training continued for 44 days, with thousands of games played. AlphaStar's algorithms honed their skills by playing independently. They then competed against each other and other AIs. Finally, they were allowed to compete against human players in online competitions. All 3 versions quickly rose to the top league, reaching Grandmaster level. The AI outperformed 99.8% of human players. DeepMind representatives admitted that there are still around 100 people on European servers who can beat AlphaStar. Water vapor discovered in Europa's thin atmosphere. Observations using the Hubble Space Telescope have revealed the persistent presence of water vapor on Jupiter's icy moon Europa. Interestingly, the analysis revealed that water vapor in the thin atmosphere is present only on one side of the moon. Europa, one of Jupiter's 79 moons, is Jupiter's 4th largest moon and the 6th largest moon in the solar system. It is an icy ball larger than the dwarf planet Pluto, but slightly smaller than Earth's moon. Europa's surface experiences frigid conditions, with an average temperature of -170 degrees Celsius. However, astronomers suspect that Europa harbors a vast ocean beneath its icy crust, perhaps holding twice as much water as Earth's oceans. Thanks to the temperature emanating from the moon's interior, the oceans may provide conditions conducive to complex chemical reactions. Some researchers speculate that microbial life may exist there. Now, a team of scientists has discovered evidence of persistent water vapor in Europa's thin atmosphere. Previous reports of water vapor on Europa were related to plume activity. Observations with the Hubble Space Telescope in 2013 and newly analyzed data from the Galileo spacecraft in 2018 confirmed that the plumes of water vapor are spewing plumes of water vapor into space. The new observations of the persistent presence of water vapor in Europa's thin atmosphere have been published in geophysical research letters. This discovery is the result of a new analysis of archival images taken by the Hubble Space Telescope between 1999 and 2015. Using a technique developed by Lorenz Roth of the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm, which recently led to the discovery of water vapor in the atmosphere of Jupiter's moon Ganymede, researchers found evidence of the persistent presence of water vapor on Europa. The timescale of the analyzed images suggests a long-term presence of water vapor. Previously, Europa's thin atmosphere was thought to consist solely of oxygen, but detailed analysis of archival data recorded by the Space Telescope Imaging Spectrograph (STEAS) on the Hubble Space Telescope has revealed that water vapor hovers just above Europa's surface. However, this water vapor is not evenly distributed across the entire surface, but is present only on one half of the Moon, the one facing away from the Moon's orbital direction. The reason for this asymmetry is not entirely clear. Observing water vapor on Ganymede and on the backside of Europa allows us to better understand the atmospheres of the icy moons, Roth said. However, Detecting stable water on Europa is somewhat more surprising than on Ganymede, because Europa's surface temperatures are lower than those on Ganymede, he added. Scientists explain the presence of water vapor on the surface of Europa and Ganymede by the sublimation of water ice, i.e. the transition of ice directly from the solid state to water vapor, by passing the liquid phase. Scientists will soon have the opportunity to learn more about Europa and other icy moons in the solar system. The Europa Clipper mission is scheduled to launch this year and will conduct an in-depth study of the icy moon. The spacecraft will carry 9 scientific instruments, including cameras and spectrometers for high-resolution imaging of the lunar surface, a magnetometer to measure the strength and direction of the magnetic field, and an ice-penetrating radar to determine the thickness of the icy crust above the ocean. During its mission, the spacecraft will make 40 to 45 flybys of Europa, examining the moon's icy crust and subsurface ocean, providing data essential for assessing Europa's environment. But this isn't the only mission heading to Europa. The European Space Agency's Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, JUICE, launched in 2022, and will study the atmosphere and magnetosphere of Jupiter and 3 of its moons, Europa, Callisto, and Ganymede. The satellite will cover a distance of 600 million kilometers and enter Jupiter's orbit in 2029. JUICE will conduct observations for at least 3 years.